G'day and welcome back to the channel, and thank you for joining me. So today we've got one for you guys running the HDZero or Shark Bite system. I put on my, I was taking this thing out for a maiden today. There's a story connected to this one coming out soon. I put on my goggles, got out there and black screen. Check the analog feed from the rapid fire, and I got a feed. So, okay, thinking HDMI cable. Well, I've come back in and checked it against a known working cable. No love. And I have been through and actually went and checked the firmware. And that's kind of where we get to the topic of this video. It's not about the black screen. It's about the firmware. And I think it's probably best if I explain if I cut to the computer to explain that. But before I do, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like I'm going to have a solution for the black screen today. But yeah, we'll get to that in a bit.
Okay, well here we are, and hopefully this sounds alright because I haven't checked the recording back feedback, but here you can see what set me off. 38 megabytes. Well, hold on, what? That's a lot more. That's definitely a lot more. What's going on? Something's changed. I don't know when this has changed either. I downloaded this, as you can see, the 22nd of the 4th. Yeah, so between now and then, it's the 9th of the 6th, something has, the files have changed in this update. So if you've downloaded this firmware update, version 2203-2022 in March, or then you really need to re-download it and probably update your receiver again. And I'm saying this for the Shark Bite guys especially because it appears. So I've got it here. You can see the legacy one that I downloaded earlier is called Small, and if I open it up, you can see that it has quite an array of all the files apart from the unlock zip package that you can get from HDZero for firmwares. And yeah, look, Shark Bite. That's a Shark Bite RX update, and that's a HDZero RX update. So there's definitely a different version of the firmware needing to be applied to these devices. Now, I don't know if that has caused my black screen problem, because I have had it work, like with the firmware that was uploaded to it before I tried the repair, which you'll see in a second. Now, to be 100% clear, that's the file from the revision 2203-2022 small there, that it worked on, and then it had the black screen on. Now, I have re-uploaded the Shark Bite RX firmware that you see here, and that has not fixed my problem, but who knows what kind of problem that may cause for you. If you've seen some of my videos before, you may have seen the blackout issue that happened from mismatched firmware. That was the intermittent blackout issue. This one is completely different. So yeah, I'm kind of at a loss, but yeah, you can definitely see that these are different files. So go get them, upload them, and be happy. Fly safe. Now, this did make me think, is this going to be required for the other firmware, like the TX side and whatnot? And logically, I think not. And as you can see, the sizes of those bin files, they match. So I don't think there's any changes, but that's not 100% guarantee. And if you want to be 100% certain, you do re-upload it. It's probably best advice if you've uploaded from the old version of 2203-2022. Yeah. Now, as to why HDZero has done this, I don't know. I really don't know. Why not give a new revision when you put it out there? It would have been better, because now, I mean, at least I'm asking the questions of like, Christ, how many times do I have to double check the firmware if it's going to have like a swap? It's a bit weird, and I'd like it to be a bit more clear. If there was a firmware that's bad, then sure enough, remove it, but make a note about it, or post a video about it so that people know and they can update. If I've missed that, please link me to it, and I apologize for that. But otherwise, yeah.
Here you can see me, I'm just trying to test out HDMI cables and figure out what is going on with my unit. It does turn out that after going and buying a brand new cable, that it is either the HDMI cables or it's the HDMI port on the goggles, which I hope it isn't, although they are quite old, those HD3s. Anyway, look, thank you to the HDZero Discord guys for your helpful info and tips. And by the way, if you are reflashing, make sure you're using the revision that came up there. Yeah, you're going to have to go out there and just double check you got the right firmware. I don't know why HDZero hasn't, disclosed the number, but just a new revision number, because it's the file I downloaded, and you can see the file that I originally downloaded is smaller than the file that I downloaded today as of recording. So yeah, there is that. Just double check you got the right thing. Anyway, that was very frustrating, but what can you do? I think I'm going to have to keep diving into that more, but in the meantime, I might go take this for a little test drive. I've put a custom panhard bar and that suspension from the D90 on it, or not the suspension, sorry, new suspension, but the axles from the D90. It seems to be running quite nicely. There might be one or two little issues with that front diff, eBay cheapies, falling over my own bloody tongue today. Anyway, thank you very much. I'll catch you later. Be well, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Rock on.